A keylogging attack falls under the gray hat hacker's area of expertise. In keylogging attacks, software or hardware is used to track the keystrokes that a user makes on the keyboard. By knowing which keys are pressed and when, a gray hat hacker could have access to usernames, passwords, pins, and any other information a user would type and use on a daily basis. It is possible to determine if you are the victim of a keylogging attempt by purchasing keylogger software. Keylogger software can only be used to identify if someone is attempting to attack your system by keylogging. It will not be able to remove or prevent the attack. The reason that keylogging falls into the gray hat hacker area is because keylogging is not technically illegal. It is just unethical. A gray hat hacker is not always malicious and is sometimes only unethical in their practices. We've talked about dictionary attacks, brute force attacks, keylogging, and phishing as direct methods of cyber attacks. In public places, there is often the option to connect to a public network in order to use a wireless connection. Public networks are especially dangerous to your cybersecurity. Data that is sent across these public networks can fall prey to unethical hackers looking for users' PII. Information sent through these networks can be easily accessed through what's known as rogue access points. Once in the hands of a hacker, the personal information can be manipulated, analyzed, and modified for the hacker's purposes. To understand a rogue access point, we must have a basic understanding of access points on a network. We'll get into the more detailed and technical aspects of networking in the future, but for now we'll discuss access points at the most simple level. An access point essentially creates a wireless local area network by connecting directly to a router. It is a piece of hardware that exists in many companies, offices, or buildings where many devices may be in need of a wireless connection. Through this connection, the access point is able to broadcast Wi-Fi to wireless devices.
A rogue access point is a different classification of access point. There are quite a few classifications of access points, but the rogue access point is essentially the bad guy. It is the access point that does not have permission to be within a network, and thus wireless users need to be wary of connecting to public networks. If a user attempts to connect to a wireless network through a rogue access point, their personally identifiable information is at risk. One example of a rogue access point is that of a hacker using a computer to give free network access at a local coffee shop. The name of the network might be very similar to the coffee shop's, so that many people log into the network, not knowing that every website they go to and every username and password they enter are stored by the hacker's computer for future use. So be careful.